All right. So, hey, YouTube. I'm gonna be talking about, we're gonna be decoding the Passion of Christ, the movie, right? That was released and the initial release, and this information I end up obtaining it through Google, okay? So initial release was in February 25, 2004. Okay. Now, Passover, it passed by already um um a few weeks ago, right? And so um I am using the Passion of Christ soundtrack, okay, from YouTube. And no, I don't own any music or copyrights, okay? Just like, this is just for, entertainment purposes, or for, just providing information as much as possible, okay? So, what we're going to be doing is decoding the Passion of Christ, okay? I want to give my input. I have great respect for Mel Gibson. I feel like he's one of the best film directors. Not only as a film director, he's an actor, film director, producer, and screenwriter. So, I mean, he's very talented. He's very gifted, right? He has so many abilities. So he does a great job in in everything he does, okay? So just give me a second. Let me drink some water. Now, to me, during Passover, during the holidays, I'm gonna admit I got very angry because I have a very close connection with my Lord, with my Almighty Savior, right? With Jesus Christ, Jehovah God, and the Holy Spirit, the Holy Trinity, right? His holy kingdom, right? And so I communicate with them as many times as possible, and it was see how humanity celebrates, right, his death. It's very people seem to ignore his sacrifices, right? And so they spend it by hiding eggs and not teaching their kids the proper meaning of his sacrifices, right? And so it's insulting, right? And so it's appalling that a lot of people don't bother to do research, right, on the meaning of his sacrifices, the torture that he went through, the abuse, the betrayal. And it's like every year, every day, every second, every minute, every hour, every week, every month, day and night, he suffers. They suffer because, yes, humanity is starting to open their eyes and they're starting to awaken, and yes, they're starting to get interesting, getting interested in, transforming, from being demons, from being karmics, to becoming earth angels and earth gods and earth goddesses. But in the same token, it's like a lot of people are still in that mentality of religion. And I have, don't get me wrong, okay? I used to be Christian, and I was baptized in different religions and Christianity, as a Catholic, as a evangelist, as a Baptist, as a Mormon, as, like, you know what I'm saying, like, but anyways, the point is, what I'm trying to say is, like, the important thing here is to have a connection with God, and that's something that I emphasize a lot in my readings, right? It's very important for us to understand that religion is not important. Our connection with God, it's what's important, okay? Keep that in mind. God doesn't want us to go to war. God doesn't want us to be disputing or debating. He just wants us to be united and to share the love, to share his word, right? To share his testimonies, to, share the miracles that we have witnessed, right? What has he done for us? How grateful are we? Got very furious to see how people were doing drugs, they were drinking, showing pictures of kids hiding eggs, and what the kids end up getting in Easter, and how this, you know what I'm saying? And that, to me, I got very upset, and I just end up blocking a lot of people. And I am a person that I will block individuals. I will unfriend individuals, right? If they are disrespectful to my Lord, if they're disrespectful to his kingdom, to our kingdom, and if they are disrespectful to me, or so, and I have no regrets, right? If people want to get offended, I really, really don't care, because the God's kingdom should not be offended. That's who I'm, like, that's my priority, is God's kingdom, right? Humanity, most of humanity is, they're demons, right? It's very rare that to you come across earth angels, earth gods, or goddesses. And a lot of individuals call themselves to be spiritual, and yet they're not really spiritual, right? They're very they're still very toxic, and they're not even divine. They're, karmics, okay? But we see them all over social media talking about twin flames, and they're not even, they're not doing the proper research on twin flames, and whatever information they're giving, it's not information. It's just they're copying information from another person that is giving false statements. All right. As a twin flame myself, whatever is being mentioned on twin flames is false. A lot of people, I still haven't seen a person that actually is saying something that is appropriate. There is always something that they kind of got it right, but then they fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, no, I'm like, yeah, no. Or a lot of people that are mentioning that they're twin flames, they're not twin flames. All right, there's only 144,000, and you could be able to, like, if you are divine, you're gonna be able to see through people's bullshit, right? If you are a true high priestess, a true hierophant, you're both, right? You have to be both. You're high priestess, a hierophant, you're the justice card, right? Because we are karma, right? And we are that spiritual couple, which is high priestess and the hierophant, okay? And our page would be the magician, right? Our children would be the magicians. With that being said, then comes emperors and empresses, right? In the physical realm, we are bosses. We are our own leaders. We have our own goals. We have achievements to accomplish. We are power couples, right? But we are also we embody all the kings and queens as well. So we have to also and have a balanced, healthy kingdom as well as an empire, okay? With and being able to transmute, being able to like shapeshift, being able to like adapt and being able to be cardinal and being able to mutate and vice versa, right? With all the zodiac signs and with all the elements, okay? So, you know, and so of course that means that all the knights and the pages would have to be balanced, right? So, all right. So, in other words, if you are not truly a goddess or an earth goddess and an earth god, yeah, there's going to be consequences for using improper names to you. So, you're calling yourself something that you're not. You're copying somebody else's spiritual name, and that's an automatic um, um it automatically attracts different types of karma onto you and those that you are involved with, right? Because we go through ascension processes, right, which means graduations. And so in each level that we go through, there is difficulties, obstacles that we are able to pass the test, right? There's exams, there's tests, everything, all kinds of shenanigans that we go through. So it's a process. A spiritual journey, it's something that should be taken serious, okay? Now, let's do the Passion of Christ. To me, the Passion of Christ was one of the most realistic movies that actually captivated the most realistic emotions, visual effects, and that actually it made us feel like, wow, that's actually more accurate than any other movie that has ever existed out there about the Jesus Christ sacrifice, right? Crucifixion. And I would love for Mel Gibson. I know that he has done apocalyptic type of movies from different timelines. Happy that he's doing that as we speak, right? He is planning on he's actually filming movies. He's doing a sequel for the Passion of Christ, and it's called The Passion of Christ, The Resurrection. So there's a part 2 now. Okay, well, that's a sequel for The Passion of Christ. There's also going to be The Passion of Christ season 2, right? And then there's also going to be the, what's it called? and now I can't even use the phone because, well, I forgot to write it down, but I had screenshots of it. Which is gonna be like another type of movie where it's gonna like reveal the coming of Christ. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Yes, the coming of Christ. Or the second coming of Christ. Okay. And so, wow. Thank you, my Lord. Cheers to that. Ooh. Yes. And so I'm very excited because that's exactly what I've been desiring for Mel Gibson to do a movie based on the apocalypse when Jesus Christ comes, like, when the book of Revelations or apocalypse happens. And I'm excited about it. I am not scared because that's what we're doing, preparing ourselves, praying as many times as possible so we could have the honor to be in heaven and stuff like that. And even if we know that our souls are already rescued, and but it's like maintaining that connection with God is very important because we want to become powerful, right? We want to obtain as many supernatural powers as possible so we could fight off demons, so we could be able to protect and defend our Lord, Almighty Savior, right? God's kingdom, so we could help the archangel, so we could help, the divine council, so we could defend and protect our paradise, our heaven, right? And so I'm excited to fight as many demons as possible, to fight the devil and Lucifer once again and as many times as possible, right? And rebuke it and in God's name, right? With the power of our holy Lord, right? With the power of his holy blood. All right, let's do. Okay, we're gonna focus down here. I'm gonna write Passion of Christ and we're gonna do the numerology on it, okay? Okay. I don't know if you could see it. Alright. I'm not trying to show TDs or cleavage or anything like that, so I do apologize. My main focus is to show you in numerology how we're gonna do this. Okay, so we have 1,
the good 2, life is calling.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 letters. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, give me a second. 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay? 15. We have 15 letters. So, 15 letters. Okay. And it could also be represented as 7 plus 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 6. Okay. So it would be 7, 8, 9. 9 plus 6 would also equal 15. Okay. which equals 1 plus 5 equals 6. Now, let's take in consideration that this year, 2020, equals 6, right? Because 2022, it's gonna equal 6, because 2 plus 0 is 2, plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 2 is 6. Okay, so this is the year 6. Okay. Okay. All right. Are you guys with me? All right. So, what this is telling me, just by the amount of letters that the Passion of Christ has, it has 15 letters. And if we use numerology, we have figured out that 1 plus 5, which is 15, right? 1 plus 5, we have to make it into a singular digit, right? Convert it into a single digit number, which equals 6, right? 15 becomes a 6. Okay. In numerology is about the past. Number 6 talks about nostalgia, talks about memories, it talks about childhood, it talks about past lifetime. Okay, so Mel Gibson is brilliant. He put the perfect amount of letters in his title for the name of his movie. He's brilliant, magnificent. Okay, so there is no wonder that this movie achieved, the box office received $612.1 million. Wow. And that's easy to figure out the reason why, because the title end up having a 6. You feel me? It ended up having a 6 in its title. So we have to, like, as if we want to be, if we have our own business, if we want to be magicians, but master magicians, right? Hierophants, high priestess, right? Bosses, right? Emperor and empress, right? Kings and queens and shit like that. We have to know what the fuck we're doing. You feel me? All right, so 6. All right, so the 6 attracts money. It attracts abundance. It attracts good luck. It attracts gifts. It attracts donations. It attracts blessings. Okay, it's an equal give and take, right? So that is brilliant, magnificent. Bravo, Mel Gibson. Bravo. I am very happy. I love intelligent people. Okay, let's move on. Now, let's do the numerology. Now, let's go further. Okay, so we have the letter P. Okay, let's go more in depth. Okay, let's see. Let's go more in depth. Okay, so with the letter P, we have a stick and then a half circle, right? That's what letter P stands. So there was, a lot of action that needed to be done, right? With the stick, right? With the L or with the I, whatever you want to call it, right? Because it's a very versatile letter, right? But it also required, with the semicircle, it also required people to be very flexible, but yet there had to be some type of discipline on it, right? It required for them to do the extra, right? Because that this let's think about it as being an a backward C, right? So people had to do, things that they normally wouldn't think of doing, right? So it's like people had to, like, probably, like, in the filming, most likely that they had to, like, stay long periods of hours, perhaps they were not eating as many times as they wanted to, perhaps, like, the movie required for there to be, like, actual beatings, right? Perhaps things were looked at so real that part of it was real, right? It was, part of it was real. Okay, honestly, what the P is telling me right here, that yeah, a lot of it was real. And there was things that were, like, visual effects, but they did such a great combination, and they integrated the fake with the real so good. All right, but it was from both worlds. Okay, it was the yin and the yang, but it's like all these actors and actresses did a great job. Okay, there was not one in his movies. I always have admired that about him, because he has managed to do that in all his movies, and I feel like he's the only one, okay, that has been able to direct movies, and he knows who to pick as an actor, and they all do such a great job. There is not one actor that he uses in his movies that I'm like, you know what, he could have done better. No, everything looks flawless, everything looks perfect, everything looks realistic. Okay, real and realistic, all of the above. All right, let's move on to the letter A. Now, the way I write it, it's like, okay, let's do the little half C, right? Like a C. And then I do like a little loop, right? Like a little slanted, what would you call that? Or, I mean, if we were to do it a C, and then a little I, a little stick, it's still letting me know that, people had to do, like, male and female had to do a lot of extra, okay? They had to be very flexible, and yet there has to be very, there was moments where things had to be very perfect, okay? There was moments where Mel Gibson felt like, okay, you guys could, like, do your own thing, but I do want things to be, a certain way. You feel me? Like, he likes to, the actors, in a sense, and I'm going based on the letters, okay? And, like, I feel like he's able to allow actors to have their own characteristics, their own personality mixed into the actual screenplay. Do you feel me? Like, it to use their persona mix with their actual personality. Okay? And I feel like oh shit, like, so fucking good. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's move on. Now we have double S. Okay? Now, there was a lot of, there was a lot of things that had to be cut, refilmed, or repeated, start over and stuff like that, because again, he likes things to be perfect, so there had to be a lot of editing and stuff like that, okay? But it seemed like it was like a half and half, because there was a lot of things that had to be edited, and yet a lot of things didn't. All right, it was like a perfect combination of both. It wasn't like other film directors, they have to do even extra editing, because if you notice, everybody else that has created movies, that have directed movies, screenplay movies, whatever, screenwriting movies, produced movies, nobody has achieved what, like, the realism, right, the visual effects, like Mel Gibson. Nobody. And they never pick like all the actors and actresses as good as Mel Gibson. I'm sorry, but they don't. And I have a lot of other favorite movies, right, from that I like, but there is very picky. So I was like, I would have done this, I would have done that, because I'm a type of person that I'm always decoding. So like, I always know what's gonna happen, like, you know what I'm saying, like, even like I could like predict when there is like those twists and turns. I'm very good at that. So all right, so with the eye, I feel the only thing that I would have done different, or that I would suggest, I feel like if I would have been in the movie, wow, and right now as I speak, when I, I kind of spit on the fucking, like, paper. But what I'm trying to say, which is like a perfect, because that's what I'm trying to say. Like, if I would have been on the movie, I would have cried, because I always cry. Like, I'm a type of person, that's why I'm very picky of what I watch, because I like to feel the movies, right? I like to get angry, I like to get emotional, I like to get happy, I like to feel the movie. You feel me? Otherwise I get bored, Otherwise I get bored and I get upset or furious or whatever, I start criticizing the movie. But yeah, I feel like the way, the protagonist, the male protagonist, right, the masculine protagonist from this movie, which is James Patrick Caviezel Jr., the way he was being tortured and the way he was being whipped over and over again, I was crying. I was so mad, because I saw how Mary Magdalene and his mother and the brothers and the disciples not doing shit for him. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, I feel like if I was in the movie, I would have been crying. I would have been like really just wailing and really just like, no, don't kill him. No, stop. He is our Lord. He is the Son of God. You know what I'm saying? He is our good. Can you just open your eyes? You saw his miracles. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would defend him. I really would. You know what I'm saying? And it just got me so upset. So, all right. So let's move on with the circle, with the O. All right. And I feel like, things just, the way things ended is like, I feel like it should never have been that way. You know what I'm saying? It should never have been that way, that for us to witness his miracles, and you would think that they would learn their lesson, right? When they crucified Jesus Christ, that they will learn their lesson. But no, here we are, resurrecting over and over and over, reincarnating in different timelines, and we're still fucking it up. We're still going in circles. We're still committing sins. We're still disappointing him. We're still breaking the 10 commandments. Like, what the fuck? Like, right? People are still like, thinking that religion is more important than the connection with God, and it's not. Okay? Now, let's move on with the N. So we have a stick and then a little, All right, so it's like, it's very bizarre how we just don't, like, we ignore the fucking signs. We ignore the signs, right? And let me not say we, because I do pretty good, like, looking at signs. So, okay, a lot of people ignore the signs. A lot of people, just like in the Passion of Christ, people saw his witness, and they witnessed the power, the miracles that he achieved, that he obtained, that he did for humanity, and they still didn't defend him, and they still denied him. Right? That is very sad. Okay? And then we go to the O and then F. So, it's like, exactly, it's like we make sacrifices for individuals that don't even deserve it. We end up helping people that don't deserve it. We, spend money on things that are not necessary, right? It's like, and unfortunately, some of us would like to have the ability to save money, the ability to buy whatever we want, the ability to buy what we need, the ability to be debt free. But there's always obstacles created by what? Demons that are disguising themselves as what? As humans, but they're not. They're already being contaminated, right? They've been contaminated. They have shape shifted into something else, right? And then with the R is like, okay, so what's next? Now what are you gonna do? Leave people hanging, ghosting, right? And we are we are forced, or we are like, we have no other option than to let people go, because they're negative, right? They're toxic, right? It's like we end up crying, right? We end up crying for individuals that don't deserve our tears, that have no sympathy, that are just acting, okay? And then with the S, yeah, they have a split personality disorders, and they do sacrifices and they help other people that betray them. They listen to other people that gives them opinions instead of advice. Do you see how can you just see how like distorted this is? All right, that was such an amazing reading right there. All right, let's do the numerology on. Okay, let's do the numerology on February, the day that it was released, okay? February 25th, 2004. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 numbers plus 2 numbers. 1 plus 4 numbers. All right. Now, let's do the numerology. So February is month 2nd, month 2, plus 25, so it's 2 plus 5 plus 2004, so it's 2 plus 0 plus 0 plus 4 equals, all right, let's see, we have, so we have, just with the twos, we have 1, 2, 3, 3 twos, that equals 6. 6 plus 5 equals 11. So that's 1 plus 1 equals 2. All right. Then we have 0, 0. That's a 0. Okay. So then it's 2 plus 4. 2 plus 4 equals 6. Wow. Damn! So even on the day that it was released, it was a 6. Not only was the title a 6, but also the day when it was released, a 6. That's 666. Oh shit. Damn. And it made 612.1 million. That's another 6. That's 666. Mel Gibson is age 66. Damn. Damn. Talk about Illuminati type of shit. Freemasonry right here. Whoa. All right. I'm intrigued. All right. Let's do Mel Gibson's name. All right. Now let's leave it because we did such a good job with that. Okay. So let's do, but we're gonna do his full name. Okay. So his name is Mel, and I'm gonna, you know what? Yeah, let's do it under here because his name is pretty long. And I want to make sure that I'm able to have space right off the bat. So his name is Mel Caviezel. All right. Gerard Gibson. Who figured? All right. So let's see. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then we have, okay, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, give me a second, guys and girls. All right. I get super excited. I end up having straight A's in college for fashion design, and I am very proud that I had straight A's in calculus. So now, would I be able to do calculus right now? That's, I would have to practice it, and then once again, and then I would yes, I would. You know what I'm saying? All right, so it's 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Okay, 20. Ooh, okay. I see where we're going. I'll see where we're going. Okay, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. What did I say? I said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 21, 22. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. mean, somebody's losing, like somebody in the collective has memory problems. Like I have noticed, like when I go live, there is times where, you know, there's someone that watches me that is having like uh difficulties remembering stuff. That's not something that I go through there. That's something that I notice that I'm picking up on somebody's energy where someone forgets things. Either someone uses drugs a lot and is watching me and they're having like memory problems, like memory loss or something. Okay. So that's 26. That's 8. Okay, that would equal 8. Number 8. Wow. The infinity symbol. Right?
Register today for the Love Life Women's Conference.
Infinity symbol. Right? Wow. Okay, that's pretty interesting. So he's a type of person that he doesn't like to give up, okay? But there is cycles. He has this dark side of him, and he has this like real positive side about him that makes him be a perfectionist. Okay, this really confirms what I'm saying. He's a perfectionist by nature. Is in his like it's like that's just the way he was made to be a perfectionist. You feel me? He likes to combine things together. He likes to integrate things, right? And he thinks about everything that nobody else does. He goes the extra mile, okay? He goes the extra mile just to make it perfect. And it just shows the passion that he has. All right? Because the number 8 is about like passion, right? It's about like, you know, taking action and not giving up. It's just like you think about it, you know, you plan about it and you take action, but you know when to do it, right? And it's like it's not as impulsive. It's like even when he makes impulsive risk, they're like risks that are well thought about, right? Well planned, right? Or it's just like his gut feeling, right? But it's like everything goes in his favor. And it's like, and even if there's moments where he could achieve more, it's not his fault. It's just that people unfortunately didn't give him the credit that he deserved, and instead they decided to criticize him. But he's perfect and people know that, right? People know that he's a perfectionist and that he deserves to have more awards and more trophies and more recognition, more admiration than what he is given to him. And he knows that. And there's times that it bothers him, but there's times that he's like, you know what? As long as I know that what I achieved, what I wanted the movie to be like, it's what I actually achieved. Every actor achieved it. Settle for that. Because there is times where it does bother him, and it's just like it aggravates him. Like, really? Like, can't you see what we all put, like the effort that everybody as everybody that is involved in my films, that acted, that were in the, you know, in the behind the cameras, everybody as a team were, they made the sacrifices, they made everybody you know, it's like a good complementary, a good integration, right? Wow, so fucking brilliant. I love it. Magnificent. All right, let's do his numerology on the on his birthday. Okay, he was born January 3rd, 1956. All right, and again, his age is 66. So I love his numbers. I really do. I love every number. Every number to me is lucky. But all right. So we have January. All right. 3 19 56. Okay. Let's. All right. So we have the first month, month 1, plus day 3, plus 1956, the year. So 1 plus 9 plus 5 plus 6. Okay. So right off the bat, 1 plus 4. Okay. 1 plus 3. See, I'm already adding. Wow, such a calculator. I'm such a calculator. God, what the calculator? All right, so it's 1 plus 3 equals 4. I'm like automatically adding. Okay, chill. 1. Of course, that means that it's 5. Okay. Plus 9. Okay. All right. So automatically that becomes 14. Okay. Plus 5. Plus 6. Okay. So that's 14. Okay, hold on. So 5 plus 9 equals 14. Okay. And then 5 plus, okay. That equals 14. Right? And then plus 6. Okay. So 1 plus 4 equals 5 plus 6 equals 11. Wow. Ooh, and it stopped when I said 11. So that's a master number. So that's what I'm noticing. He has a lot of magical numbers. Okay, he has the 6, the power of 6. He has the power of 8. All right, and he has the power of 11. Okay. Power of 11, okay, which it becomes a 2. So 1 plus 1 equals 2. All right. So we have the power of 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 8 plus 2. Those are his numbers, right? Wow. So it's like 666, right? He has had a lot of good luck though, right? It's been very hard. He has worked very hard for it, right? With the number 8, you know. But it's like every lifetime that he has lived, all right, he's an old soul, okay. He's very experienced, and each lifetime he has obtained, he's always been a legend, okay. But the thing is that, like, in partnerships, okay, you know, there's difficulties there, right? Because whether we write number 2 this way, whether we write it this way, it seems like there's always the partnerships that he has had have been, you know, he has he has you know, a lot of different characteristics, a lot of mood swings. He, you know, he has a lot of energy, he has a lot of elements, right? He has a lot of zodiacs in him, and so which makes him very versatile and yet very unique, okay? And so for people to adapt to him, or for people to relate to him, you know, it requires like some type of understanding where it's like, oh, okay, I know where you're coming from, okay? And so there could be people that could that could think of him as being difficult, or being you know, um that could think that he's, you know, difficult to understand, all right? But in reality, he's not. It's just that when you are mature and you're able to like really read the person, okay, so we went through the whole Passion of Christ. We went through the whole Passion of Christ playlist, okay? And right now it's some other random. Okay, I'm gonna start charging the phone. Another playlist, some random. Okay. Anyways, so you know, it really, like, when you're mature and when you are balanced, you're able to understand people, right? You are able to adapt and understand it. Like, you are able to make peaceful agreements. You're able to like adapt. You're able to, you know, come into agreements, right? And understand different point of views, and understand that we all have our difficulties, our issues, our flaws, our like our dark side, our light, so like the light side of us, you know. And so, you know, that's what I'm seeing here. Okay, now let's focus on James Patrick. Okay, and then New York. Let's do New York for Mel Gibson. We're gonna do New York here, since we had this space here. Okay. New York. Let me see. There is a Mount Bernard. Okay. Let me do research real quick, because there is a specific place in New York that Mel Gibson is from, and I'm trying to like write the complete, let's see, so I could get the numerology right. Skill, New York. Okay. Peak skill. Now, how like ironic, right? That it says peak skill, New York. That's where he was born, okay? That's where he's from. Okay. Peak skill, New York. New. And then York. All right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 1 plus 6 equals 7. Ooh. And then to add into the numerology, then we have 7 as well. 7. Wow. So it's like he's the type of person that, you know, he always have many ideas, and he's very good in, like, you know, choosing wisely. Okay. When it comes to making movies, or when it comes to, for him to whatever objectivity that he has, or whatever goals, he's able to, like, pick the right type of options, the right type of choices. It's like he knows right off the bat, like, what ideas to use and shit like that. Like, everything comes to him very naturally, because he's able to, like use all his gifts and talents from a previous lifetimes. Okay. All right. So, and then let's go to the Passion of Christ. So I could do James Patrick Caviezel. Okay, here we go. Do the cast. Okay. He was Jesus, a very sexy Jesus, may I add. He was like, woo, he was like, you could, there was no, I mean, well, you know, but yeah, to me, like, Mel Gibson picked, like, the perfect, like, you know, the perfect Jesus. Damn, he's 6'2". Wow, very tall. And I'm so short. Okay, let's focus. All right. So I'm just trying to see, because I got his information written down. It's just that I didn't. Okay, there we go. Yeah, because I only run. Okay. So Washington, but there was Pick Skill, New York. So, and this is Mount Vernon. Wasn't he didn't he play the role of Mount Monte Cristo? That was such a great movie. Okay. That was a really good movie too. He's such a great actor. He really is. And he's so handsome. I mean, I never been, like, I always have dated, like, I always have had relationships with Latinos and Hispanics, right? But wow. Anyways, let's focus. All right, so let's go. Okay. All right, we got the information we needed. Now let's go back to. All right. All right, I'm just trying to, like, charge this other phone as well. Good. All right, let's do this. Okay. So let's do the numerology. Let's figure out what type of actor Mr. James Patrick. Ooh, with the J and a P and a C there. Mel Gibson had, like, so many. He had, like, he had double G. So there is twins. He has had twins in previous lifetimes. Yeah, because there's numbers that were repetitive in his, like, in through his numerology, right? Through his reading, we figure that there was a lot of repetitive numbers. So, yeah, he has had triplets, he has had twins, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, he does have 11 children, and his father ended up having 11 children as well. Yeah. So 11, it's a master number that follows him, right? 11. 11. Okay. All right. Let's do. Okay, James. All right. Okay. Okay. James Patrick Caviezel. To me, that sounds like French or Caviezel. All right. To me, it sounds French more than Caviezel. I feel like it's like I'm hearing Greek and I'm hearing, like, French. Definitely European. Caviezel. Hmm. And then Junior, eh? Junior. I'm gonna spell out the full Junior. Okay, even though on Google it just had the JR. Okay. All right, let's do this. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and then 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 26. The same. Wow. Wow. Okay. So with Mel Gibson, he had 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 names, right? Two names, right? Like a name, a middle name, and 2 last names, right? And so does um James Patrick Caviezel Jr., right? And it adds up to be 26 letters, the same as Mel Gibson. Wow. That is fucking crazy. That is such an amazing, like, we just discovered some shit right now. All right. That is so cool. I don't like to write like sloppy. That's my pet peeve. Like, you gotta write nice and neat. That's only when, like, if I try to avoid watching other readers, because if they are messy with the cards, or if they start showing their index cards and they have sloppy writing, I can't watch the full thing. Like, or if they start repeating same things that other readers repeat, I automatically won't continue watching, because I'm very, like, I'm borderline OCD, so it's like, I'm like, I can't watch this. It's like, I'm already annoyed. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, no, I can't. Oh, okay. Oh, Give me a second. All right. All right, let's continue. You know what? Yes. Okay. So with the Passion of Christ, right? Let's do the soundtrack of another Mel Gibson soundtrack. That's, I mean, I feel like since we are talking about him, we did the entire soundtrack of Passion of Christ, soundtrack of the movie. I love that. Braveheart, right? Yes, of course I would. Braveheart. Okay. All right. All right. Let's apologize as a commercial. So yes, we're using YouTube. Okay, it's Braveheart, 1995, full expanded soundtrack. James Homer, and it's over 2 hours. All right, we're good. All right, let's continue. So 26 becomes 2 plus 6 becomes 8 again, right? Damn, and infinity. Okay, infinity. Okay, infinity. I'm not focusing with my right hand because I'm able to write with my left hand too, but I just want to focus on my right hand today because otherwise it's going to take me longer and I'm trying to go live on TikTok. All right, so let's do so James Patrick is another person that he's a perfectionist. And again, like the movies that I have seen uh, of him acting, right? Like the Mount, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that was him, right? Mount of Monte Cristo, the Count of Monte Cristo, right? He's a perfectionist also. So Mel Gibson does a very good job in picking like perfect actors and actresses, okay? Yeah, okay. And James Patrick was perfect. I mean, I really feel like he was the perfect Jesus Christ, okay? He really was. I mean, it's just like each time he was getting like whipped and each time he fell, I was just crying. But I was crying. I mean, I was bawling, I was wailing, I was like, I was being loud, right? Because I felt so like, no, I'm like saying something, you know, I was being so dramatic, but it's like I was feeling it, you know. All right, so with the letter J, right? He's an individual that he once he wants something, right? You know how there's like that like upside down question mark, right? Or that backwards question mark that us Mexicans, like, we, you know, we use, right? It's rare, but we use it. But anyways, you know, there's that, like, you know, that hook, right? Looks like a hook. The J looks like a hook, right? So it's like he's the type of person that once he wants to like, you know, have something, he goes for it, right? He gets it, right? That's why you put the cross, right? That line across the J, right? The hook. He gets it, because it's like, if I want it for me, I'm gonna make sure that it's mine. He's gonna make sure it's legalized, it's notarized. He goes through the proper channels, or the proper he does it properly and legally in order to make sure something is his. Okay. With the letter A, again, he has different ways of doing things. Okay. And he's very versatile as well. He's very unique, and he has different, like, also very gifted and very talented. Okay. With the letter M, hey, you know, letter 13, right? A 1 + 3 = 4. So he's a very loyal person, very funny. He knows when to be serious, and he knows when to be, you know, when to be playful, right? When to be, you know, youthful. He has a young heart, okay, but yet very mature. Okay. With the letter E, it's like, people always get surprised with him, right? The way he does things are a little different. Okay. It's like, you know, very unique. It's like the type of characteristics that you don't notice in a lot of actors and actresses, right? And he's able to, it's like, he's very picky on what type of movies he doesn't always, just because there's money involved, let me do it. No, he puts thought into it. Okay. With the letter S, yeah, he's like, is it gonna benefit me and my family? Is this long-term, short-term? He thinks, he's very methodical. Okay. He's very intelligent. He is very logical. He's very intelligent. Okay. Very wise. With the letter P, yeah, it's like he has this mystery about him. Okay. He's very intriguing, and it's like you want to know more, right? You want to know more about him, and it's like, you know, it's like, and you start wondering, like, you know what, I wonder how many movies he has done, and you want to do research on him, and you want to know more, right? Because he has this, like, he's a public figure, but yet he's very conservative too, and he's not the type of actor that you're gonna, you know, hear in the see in the tabloids, you know, in scandals. Okay. With the letter A and the letter T, that he's very responsible in his household, in his environment, wherever he's very committed in his job, in his career, in his household, in every environment. He knows how to play the role perfectly. Okay. It's like a perfect leader and a perfect team player, right? All right. So with the letter R and the letter I, okay, it's like you get to see different sides of him, but it's never enough. You always want more. You always get intrigued, and you always are like, there's like many questions and yet answers, right? But there's always this, like, wanting, like, more, out of his out of him, right? With the letter C and the letter K. Okay, it's like the type of like what he has accomplished is like wow, right? Because there we have seen a lot of actors and a lot of actresses out there that it's like, you know, they're very handsome or very attractive, but something about their personality is off. But with him, he's very attractive, very handsome, and yet he's very humble, right? It's like he's not a player. He's not like, you know, making a fool out of himself, making a fool out of his, like embarrassing or betraying his family, right? So that's something very that you know, very different about him. Okay. And then we have the C and the A and the letter V, right? The letter V. So it's like he's open to for new different roles, and there has been controversy, even though he wasn't planning on being on controversial criticism that was unfounded for, you know, he's been criticized and stuff like that, but you know, people are ignorant at times, and sometimes people judge us, right, for things that make no sense, right? There is a lot of movies out there where film directors, screenwriters, producers have spent lots of fucking money, and they have not achieved integrating the perfect balance of chemistry between the protagonist and the villains or whatever, right? And antagonists, right? Thank you. And it's and the movies suck. And it's like full of disappointment, but yet he did such a terrific role, and people dare to criticize him. Like, who the fuck are you, like, to criticize him, right? So he has been disappointed in the criticism of the, you know, of people, okay, that was in reality was not fair. Okay. All right. So then we have the I, E, and Zeal, and E, L, right? So double E, Z, and L. Now, again, it's like this uniqueness, this, like, he's a rare gem, right? He's a diamond that is not just any type of diamond that is very common. He's one of those rare diamonds, okay? Just like Mel Gibson, a very extreme rare diamond, right? A blue, a red, those rare ones, right? A black diamond. Those are like diamonds that are very rare. The ones that are more common is, of course, the clear one, right? We all know about. I didn't even know that there was different kind of colors, multicolored diamonds, until I started being working in a jewelry store and being a sales representative, right? In downtown here in Chicago, Illinois. And so I was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? And the same thing goes with the pearls. Pearls, there's multicolors, and I didn't know that, right? And again, until I end up being a jewelry representative, sales representative, right? All right, so, and then junior, as in general, like, you know, adding the J, the U, the N, I, O, R, all together, all those letters. It's like he knows how to protect his family, how to protect himself, how to protect his reputation. All right, he does a magnificent job in that sense. That, again, with the J, is double J. Okay, remember, Mel Gibson had double G, and James Patrick has double J. Okay, very interesting. So it's like, you know, He's had twins also in other past lifetimes. He's had several children also. All right. He has accomplished a legacy, a wealth, long-term wealth throughout his past lifetimes in different eras, in different timelines. His name is still being mentioned. All right, let's do his birthday, and then I'm gonna end it and then go to TikTok. Okay, so it's September. So Mel Gibson is a Capricorn. I just realized that his birthday actually represents something. And I have noticed that too. When I have a connection with certain celebrities or certain people that I admire, like Nikola Tesla and is the Mike Tyson, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Bruce Lee, right? Edgar Allan Poe, Nostradamus, right? There is a close connection that I have with them, right? And there is numerology wise, and yeah. It's very interesting. So September 26th. So he's a Capricorn. Saturnian, like more. Okay. 26, 1968. Now, when the movie was released, it was on February 25. 26 is a common denominator here. 26, 26, and then 25. So February 25. And that's in Pisces season. Pisces, water element. Hey. Which was perfect because, you know, that's when Passover starts. It's like during the Pisces season in springtime. Perfect. Everything was very well orchestrated, okay? All right. So September, month 9. Plus 26, again, there's the common denominator. Again, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, okay? Plus day 26, which is 2 plus 6. Plus year 1 plus 9 plus 6 plus 8. I'm not putting the zodiac sign. Oh, he's affiliated with a serial killer with the zodiac. He has some type of connection with the zodiac serial killer. Yeah. All right, let's see. All right, so 9 plus 2 equals 11. So that's 1 plus 1, which equals 2. And then plus 6. Okay. Okay, so 8. And then 9 plus, okay, and then plus 16. 1 plus 6 equals 7. And then 9 plus 6. Ooh, I put plus plus. He was in one of his because I noticed that also from Mel Gibson, they have shared past lifetimes together. Yeah, because they have similar letters to their names, similar numbers also. Yeah, they both of them existed in the biblical times. Okay, wow. All right, so okay, let's see. 7, so 9 plus 6 equals 15. 1 plus 5 equals 6. Plus 7 equals 13. Oh shit. Okay, I knew there was a connection. Wow. Okay, so 1 plus 3 equals 4. All right. Wow. So, I mean, what did I tell you? He's a person that he's very hardworking, okay? Fun to be with, and it's like when you come in contact with him, it's like he always, it's like it's a very pleasant surprise, right? And it's like it feels good to be around, yeah, around them. Okay, that was such an interesting, yeah. Let's, I'm intrigued to use cards with them, but okay, let's do Mel Gibson and then we'll do man. Are you ready? Alright. Oh yeah, I didn't do his let's do the Mount Vernon. Bear. I want that shit. I want this soundtrack and the Last of the Mohicans in my wedding. Or in my part of my fucking honeymoon. Anyways, remember now. Washington. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Ooh, okay. A number 2. Damn. was a number 7 for Mel Gibson, right? On Peekskill, New York, a number 7, and a number 2 for James Patrick. Wow. Okay, we're done with the numerology. We're just gonna do real quickly. We're gonna confirm. Okay. And the Temperance, the Fool, and the Chariot. So Cancer, Aquarius, Aries, Temperance, Sagittarius. Want it to come out? All right. Tell me. My coffee. It's very concentrated. Woo! Oh God. It is perfect. I have created like different versions of different types of coffee. I would like to meet them, like seriously, and I would love Mel Gibson to like make a movie out of my life, because I have had a horrible life, and it's full of, and it's real, you know, a lot of bullshit, but, and he would be like the perfect film director for it. And I wouldn't mind James Patrick being it. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind. Like, he would be perfect to be my protagonist. Alright. Alright, Mel Gibson. Tell me, Mel Gibson, Temperance. What's your... Okay. What would be your feminine energy? Your feminine energy is a High Priestess. Yeah, you follow your intuition, and there's times that you don't, okay? You do, you know, it's like, it depends on your moods, it depends on the moon cycle, the planetary activity. Yeah, you have Cancer, you have the High Priestess. To me, it's a Cancerian, it's all the water elements. To me, a High Priestess is a Grand Trine, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. All right, and then we have Sagittarius here. Yeah, you are like Mel Gibson by nature, you know, he is a master, all right? A master alchemist, okay? A master magician, a master high priestess, a master hierophant. Give me his beast. Ooh. Now, we do have, like, the purple indicates, with the white one, indicates like a balanced temperance, right? The light side of temperance. With the purple indicates the dark side of the zodiac, right? So Capricorn, which he is a Capricorn, right? So he could be a little manipulative. He likes to get things done his way, and he's gonna do whatever it takes. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So he could be you know, they might look at him and be like, oh, he's a tyrant, or he's a dictator, or whatever the fuck. But he's just, he could be a little difficult. But again, it just depends on, like, if he's in a good mood or a bad mood or whatever the fuck. If he's not well balanced, he's gonna over smoke or over drink, overdo things. Okay, he does have like an addictive personality disorder, right? And again, he does have like that split personality also. Okay, so when his masculine and his feminine energy is like a little distorted, then he's impulsive. He doesn't think before he plans. But when he does, then he plans. He looks at the pros and cons and shit. So he has both. He could be impulsive and yet he could be methodical and he could plan ahead. Okay? All right. Over the Hermit. Okay, that's an overall energy. All right. Okay, that's the King of Coins. He's been a hard worker since he was a child. Okay, so it's like he has had to be a mature person since a young age. Okay. All right. Okay. Clarify for me the Temperance for Mel Gibson. Clarify the Temperance for Mel Gibson. But overall, like, I understand you, Mel Gibson. Because we all have that fucking difficult side of us, that dark side, so don't trip. And I understand you, James Patrick. Caviezel. Alright. Oh, it landed right on the perfect Temperance. So the Knight of Coins. You know, there is certain projects, right? Certain movies, okay, certain screenplays, okay, producing has taken longer than what it should, because a lot of, like, okay, for a lot of other actors and actresses or other directors, they just want to do things fast. But with Mel Gibson, it's like he really thinks about every single detail. So, you know, it's a long process. With the Knight of Pentacles, we know in tarot, it's like, it's something that takes a long time, right? To get somewhere, right? So the journey, right, to complete a movie, to direct it, to write it, to screenplay it, to produce it, right, to pick and choose wisely all the actors and actresses, what role they're gonna pick, everything is well thought of. And so there is a long process for it with the Knight of Pentacles here. Okay, but he really likes to nurture, because notice how he is being depicted as a female. So, which indicates to me that he treats his movies, his actors and actresses like a family, okay? As a family. To him, like, every movie, everything he does, it's a baby to him, right? Because notice how the female was pregnant there. It's like something valuable. He values it. Oh my God. The King of Coins came out again. Like, look. Is it his DNA? Is it his blood? Right? All right. He has this youthful, like, he gets excited, right? Because the Knight of Pentacles is like someone that is young, right? It's like a young adult, right? Like from 35 and under, right? It would be a Knight of Pentacles. But notice how the King of Pentacles, or the King of Coins, and the Knight of Coins, they're both being depicted as a female, even in the page, right? Even as a child, right? A feminine energy. So he's he's a sweetheart, okay? Mel Gibson is a sweetheart, okay? He's not such a tyrant like people like make him look like, you know? If he smokes a lot or everything is because, you know, he's the type of person that he does worry a lot, okay? And he does overthink things, and he does want things in a certain way, but he's a perfectionist, so it's understandable, Okay, but didn't I tell you he treats everybody like his baby, and like it's valuable? Notice how there's like something glowing here, which is like the heart chakra. Like he everything he loves to him is valuable. All right, look at all his trophies, all his achievements. He really values it. Okay. Okay. Tell me about the Chariot. So as a high priestess, like when he, it's like, even if he's the type of person that he doesn't like to like make mistakes, right? He doesn't like to make mistakes. Look at how the Seven of Pentacles came out like upside down, right? But it's like he doesn't like to make mistakes. Okay. So with the Seven of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, right? The Nine of Coins and the Seven of Coins. It's something, he plants seeds, and he's been planting seeds for a long time. All right. And it's like when he wins, everybody wins. In his eyes, he doesn't see people as competition, right? In his crew, whoever is working with him, you know, in a movie, to him, if an actor that he chose to be an antagonist or protagonist for his movie, right, that he's directing, if they get an award, he feels like he won as well, like everybody won. You feel me? That's, wow, that's such a good thing about him. Okay, with the Lovers, right? The Nine of Pentacles and the Lovers is like he, you know, he really loves making choices, and he loves, like, he gets disappointed if they don't get recognized for the work that they've done. He does get furious, he does get angry, and he might throw tantrums, but it's reasonable because everybody worked so hard. And it was so much paperwork, so it was such a big effort in everybody's part that is like he gets like, he feels like I let you down. But don't feel like that, Mel Gibson. You know, it's just that unfortunately people win that are not supposed to win. So clarify the devil. Clarify the devil. We have the King of Wands and then the Six of Wands, okay? Okay, the Six of Wands and the King of Wands, okay? And there's a lot of feminine energy in Mel Gibson's reading, which means, like, you know, to him the female anatomy and the female energy, he respects it a lot, and he feels like that's the best secret. Okay, that's the perfect how can I say this, the perfect way of directing something is being so sympathetic with the female, because us females were more emotional. So he feels like the best objective is to use the female energy, the female brain, right, that uses because the females, we use both the left side of the brain and the right side. We master both sides of the brain, most of us. A lot of them are very distorted, but anyways. But he focuses on the females that have the perfect balance of being independent and being a father figure as well as a mother figure, right? That are single, independent, that are, you know, head of households, that defend and protect their children, and that have to, you know, survive. Okay, he really admires that, so he uses that in his films. Okay, the Six of Wands, the triumph, the victories, and that's why he's very successful. All right, you see, there's like a graduation here, right? And that he gets to celebrate as a family. Let's do James Patrick. All right. Let's do James Patrick, Caviezel Jr. I would say I'm gonna make the videos short, but then I make them long. It's okay. At least I'm giving information that is important and interesting. My videos are very informative. So, if people cannot watch the entire video because it's too long and they have a short attention span, then just watch it whenever you're able to watch portions of it, right? And then finish watching it whenever you can, you know? It's like a movie, you know what I'm saying? A movie, you know, it's an hour and a half. A movie could be 2 hours. Some movies could be 3 or 4 hours, right? So that's that. This is like, my readings are pretty interesting. It's better than a lot of bullshit that I see everywhere. It's okay. Let everybody do whatever they want. All right, James Patrick. James Patrick. Okay. First is the World, the Lovers, the Chariot again. Light another incense because incense stick. I'm going to shuffle the cards again because I want to make sure, because it's repeating the cards that I'll leave the World. Okay. Give me James Patrick. James Patrick. James Patrick. So yeah, him and Mel Gibson are very alike, okay? Same cards. Temperance and High Priestess. Mel Gibson had the High Priestess and Temperance. And the previous cards were the Chariot, which Mel Gibson had, and it was the, what was the other one? Oh, yeah, see, the Chariot came up again. Oh, shit. All right, yeah. Mel Gibson and James Patrick were in a timeline. And several timelines together. Okay. Oh, the devil. Overall, we have the Moon. All right, overall we have the Moon. Cancerian, we have the Devil. That's what came out. The Chariot came out and it's still, and I put it back and it still came out. So the Devil, the Chariot, but this time it came out balanced. The Devil, it still came out distorted. The High Priestess came out distorted. The Temperance came out balanced, and the World came out distorted. The Moon is balanced. So Cancerian twice, Sagittarius with the World is Sagittarius and Capricorn together. Combination of Jupiter and Neptune with the World. But the Sun, Uranus also, Venus, and Plutonian energy. Capricorn, the Moon twice, 3 times, the grand trine of the water elements, and Sagittarius. Okay. All right. Clarify the World for James Patrick. Clarify the World. There we go. So you could be able to see the complete, you know what I'm saying? All right. Clarify the World for James Patrick. I swear. And I didn't want to do the entire cast of The Passion of Christ, because if you can see how long it took just for Mel Gibson and James Patrick, so my readings are very in-depth. I give a lot of information. But like on TikTok, I'm able to do 1-minute readings. I'm able to do 3-minute readings. I've done readings that are like 15 seconds long. Alright, clarify the World. Alright, the 7 of Pentacles. But I'm going to leave it on the Chariot because it did fall on the Chariot. Clarify the World, please. Clarify the World. Ooh, alright, so right off the bat, 4 of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Wands. We have the Page of Cups. So for Temperance, we have the Knight of Wands, which represents Sagittarius. We have the 4 of Coins under the World. Okay, with that Jupiter. Jupiter twice. And Death, Scorpionic energy with the Devil, with Capricorn. And then the Lovers for the Moon. Woohoo! Okay. So we have Gemini with the Moon here, with Cancer. So in previous lifetime, he has been a cusper, meaning that his birthday has fallen in between 2 zodiac signs, right? Like ending Gemini to enter Cancer season. Okay. So somewhere in his chart, he has Cancer well aspected, okay? Lots of water sign here. And Capricorn and Sagittarius is very well aspected on his, chart. So with the World, okay, he has had a privileged life, but things were not given to him easy, right? There was a lot of things that he had to be saving, collecting, right? And it's hard for him to let go. James Patrick has a heart to let go. And he has dealt with individuals that are like very, like, I'm money hungry. That have been wealthy and shit like that, but yet they always have made him work hard for his own money. Okay, things were not just given to him like, oh, here, you know, you come from a wealthy family, so here you go, you know. No, he had to be independent. He had to struggle and work for his own wealth, you know. There was a lot of competition in his family as well, like a lot of money hungry family members or even friends and shit like that, that were like, that he was like, that's why he's not such a person, not such a sociable person, because he knows that there's a lot of people that are just like not genuine. That they is like, are you trying to be my friend, or are you trying to, or are you just attracted to me because of what, because I'm famous? You feel me? Okay, so yeah, he's had like females that were just like doing the most just to like get, you know, to seduce him, to tempt him, you know what I'm saying? But he knew how to balance temptation. He's not a person that was very sexually active. Like, I mean, yeah, he had, you know, created memories and shit like that, but like he's been very, he knows how to, like, who is going to be a better partner than just to have like a temporary satisfaction type of shit, you know. He's not into temporary affairs. That's what I'm trying to say. So with the high priestess, you know, he wasn't like planning on falling in love. He wasn't planning on doing certain things at times. Things just happened. Things were just like out of nowhere. He had to, with the Page of Cups here, right? He all of a sudden, like, he just felt like doing things, but a lot of times he ended up ignoring the signs, right? He ended up ignoring the gut feeling, right? And things would not like certain things that he feels like, okay, I could have been in that, but I guess, you know, I didn't do it. I didn't choose at the right time, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he procrastinated at making decisions at times because not all information was given to him. And so for him to, when he first started in the acting industry, right, as an artist, right, and he was like barely learning how to maneuver himself, the connections and stuff like that, and there was a lot of information that was not given to him. There was things kept in the dark, right? And he was inspired, he was motivated, but there was things that he's not very happy that he got involved in. That's why he keeps a very low profile. That's why he's very conservative, because he'd rather be like an earth angel than to be involved in like evil shit. You get me? So he chose to be balanced. He chose to like, he chose family. He chose to be spiritual. He has a very spiritual or religious connection with the divine, and so he does things right, you know. So he's married, okay. He you know, he's not into like love affairs. He's more of a commitment type of guy. He takes the relationship very serious, all right. And you know, he put an end to any type of addictions that he was going through or whatever the fuck. Like, you know, there was like a moment where he was tempted to do certain things, because he's like, okay, I guess I have to do it if I want to be part of this contract or whatever the fuck. But he ended up transforming himself, okay. He ended up receiving messages from, you know, earth angels and God's kingdom and shit like that. And he left certain addictions or certain toxic behaviors that he let it out. He let it go, right? He, you know, he chose to balance himself and become a family man instead, you know. But secretly he does have a very a spiritual connection with magic and with, you know, healing abilities and shit like that. You know, he is fascinated with the mystical, with magic, and with the power of prayers, with the power of, you know, moon cycles, and the power of numerology, and anything that is mystical and shit like that. All right, well, this was very okay. All right, I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna share it on my Facebook, and I'm gonna go live on TikTok, or maybe I should go live tomorrow instead. 28 is 8, 9, 10. We'll see. All right, well, I hope everybody gets to enjoy this. If please like, share, subscribe, comments, let me know what you think about my readings. All right, if you guys feel like my videos or my live should be like, you know, how many minutes do you think it's appropriate for my readings for my lives to be, you know, and I'll take that into consideration. So if you guys want me to do just 30-minute type of readings, then I could do that. You want it for it to be 15 minutes, whatever, just give me suggestions, you know, comment down below what's your zodiac, shit like that, where you're watching me from, stuff like that, because I'm like curious to know who's watching me and stuff like that. But please like, share, subscribe, comments, and see you all over social media. Bella Luna, Mystical Goddess, appreciates, okay, those that cooperate. Thank you.